the Looking and Feeling Your Best at Any Age channel. Just stopping by with a video after I've done a long, exhaustive video talking about, me getting over the self-consciousness that I feel regarding weird hair pieces or wigs. But I'm really struggling, having a horrible afro day. And so I keep having thoughts of wanting to get a texturizer, and I know that I really want to wait until I'm not, frustrated to do something as drastic as that, since most of my hair, if not all of it, is natural now. And so, anyway, I plopped on a hairpiece, and that's the other thing. I don't know in terms of wig or hairpiece etiquette if you're supposed to tell people that you're, wearing a hairpiece or not, but I am, for anybody who's wondering. So getting ready to head out the door, but I realized that on the videos that I've done on my website, and I'm wearing this dress, I forgot to mention, I'm wearing it the first time since I lost a little weight before my vacation back in August. And so the last time I wore it, it was really, really tight. Now, it's normally supposed to be fitted, but it was really tight, and I was very uncomfortable. But I'm not uncomfortable now, and so praise the Lord, I won't have to give it away to charity, and we'll see how long I get away with wearing it in my 50s. But for now, what I wanted to do was share something that I've been remiss about sharing in a concise video, which I'm going to make this concise. I've shown like a lot of videos about, picking outfits that complement your body type or that make you look slimmer, telling you about how I eat, how I take care of my skin, a little bit about hair, covering up gray, all that other stuff. It's really, really good, talking about exercise and stuff. But one of the things is, like, if you were looking for a video that just said, Carolyn Gray, you're 51, how is it that you're still holding it together and keeping the middle-aged monkey off your back? And so, in this new notebook that I got when I was, where was I? Was I in the Hamptons, or was I was at some TJ Maxx, I think. Maybe it was Riverhead, New York, at a Marshall's, or maybe it was Melville, New York. I don't know where I was. I have a bad habit. Carolyn Gray has a problem with discount stores, and I find myself going into them uncontrollably. And I believe that I was in Melville, New York, and I found this Think Like a Queen notebook for $2.99. Isn't it wonderful? I love it. But anyway, I used that to jot down very quickly. If you were to ask me, what are the 10 reasons why I think I'm still holding it together? One of them is I drink a boatload of water. Water, water, water. 99% of the time you'll see me drinking water. I don't drink sodas. I'm not sitting around leisurely drinking juice. The only time I'm drinking juice is like in shot glasses, and because I don't drink, I use shot glasses for like one shot of like prune juice in the morning. This 80-year-old lady told me that helped with colon health. And so I've been doing it for the last few years, and I got a clean bill of health with my colonoscopy that I had last week. And I also do like a shot or two of Concord, just Concord grape, or if you live in New England, you'd say Concord grape juice with my supplements in the morning before breakfast. And on Friday nights, I do Red Bull. But other than that, you'll see me drinking water. Also a glass of iced tea in the evenings, to keep me from wanting to eat snacks at night. But all the other time, I'm drinking water, just boatloads of water. If we're at restaurants, if we're at events, someone's like, do you want something to drink? I like water, please. After I woke up from the colonoscopy, they're like, would you like some ginger ale? Would you like some juice? I was like, I prefer water, please. So water is my go-to, and I've gotten myself so used to it that I can't stand not to drink water. And if you don't like the taste of water, it's really supposed to be tasteless. If you don't like, say, the water from your refrigerator or from your faucet, get a filter, or get you some bottled water if the water in your area isn't to your liking. But for me, I put a boatload of ice in it. Keep a straw and drink a boatload of water, and then that helps you with your weight, it helps with your skin, it plumps up the wrinkles, it helps the organs in your body work better, and it keeps you from being as hungry, because believe it or not, a lot of the times that you think that you're hungry or want something to eat, you're really thirsty and you can't tell the difference between dehydration and hunger a lot of times. So number one, water, water, water. Number two, exercise. As a lot of you who've watched some of my videos know, that I'm so proud of the fact that at 51, I'm doing 6 miles a day, 5 days a week. The podiatrist is my friend, mind you. I have expensive orthotics. In fact, I have a Band-Aid on my toenail right now because I went to see the podiatrist yesterday because I have like a slight ingrown toenail. I didn't know he was going to take out, you know, like some crazy scissors and just cut off a piece of my toenail. But he said, well, you can put your sneakers on and go running tomorrow. And I said, well, okay, we'll be fine. But I've gone to see him. He cuts off calluses, you know, that form when you're exercising, you stay on the treadmill. But, you know, get good shoes. Like go to maybe like a running store that will look at your gait and determine the type of feet you have and recommend shoes that fit properly, that a lot of times won't cost any more than the shoes that you get, like say at Dick's or Modell. So it's worth it to go to a running store, but you got to exercise, and you don't have to stay on the treadmill 80 plus minutes a day like the 5 days a week that I do, and I walk on the weekends as often as I can, you know, at least a 30-minute walk on Saturdays and even Sundays if, you know, if I don't have as much to do. And then but exercise, you don't have to jog, you don't have to do anything crazy, you don't have to join a gym, you don't have to, you know, do major aerobic workouts, but walking would be an awesome start. I mean, a great way to start, just walking, you know, to the end of your street or walking to the post office, you know, just walking to the grocery store or a dollar store, whatever's close to you. Walk, do whatever you need to do, jumping jacks, push-ups, you know, get you some dumbbells. Like it's funny, when I had the colonoscopy, I mentioned I wasn't supposed to do my workout before, but they didn't see it in the paperwork, so I did 6 miles, you know, that day, and I get there and the anesthesiologist, she said, well, you're not supposed to do that, you know, now you're dehydrated, and so they had to put extra fluid in my IV, but anyway, I just wanted to get that in. I feel so good, and it helps me to maintain my weight and to keep the middle-aged monkey off my back, and also to keep as much of the back fat off as I can possibly keep off at 51. So exercise, exercise, exercise. There was a reason I mentioned that colonoscopy thing about the exercise. Oh, one of the ladies there, she said, okay, you know, I've never run that far, and she used to be a runner in college, I think, and so she says, well, do you do anything with the weights? And I was like, yeah, gotcha. I got a 25-pound set of dumbbells as well as a 5-pound, and in my workouts, those 5 mornings a week, I'm actually, you know, doing exercises with those dumbbells as well, and then I do push-ups. You know, it's a struggle to do like the ones where they say touch the floor with your chest. That's a struggle, and my inner arms are really feeling the pain from that. But whatever forms of like exercises, calisthenics, floor work that you can do, the better. So number 3, no fast food. Fast food, especially for middle-aged people, it's not your friend, and you kind of have to like wean yourself away from that. So the only time you'll ever see Carolyn Gray, you know, at a fast food place, perhaps might be if I'm on vacation, because I love the occasional McGriddle like a few times a year. Or let's see, is there anything else? Oh, Bojangles. When I go to the South, you know, I'll get a sausage and egg biscuit in a minute and some of those Bo-Berry biscuits. I mean, but that's a few times a year. That's not me going to McDonald's for lunch or Taco Bell. I haven't eaten at Taco Bell in years. You know, I gave up the sodas. I gave up the, you know, the fast food French fries. Occasionally, if I go to a restaurant and they have the most wonderful waffle fries I've ever seen, then I'll try them. Or if they have the crispiest fries that I've ever seen, then I'll try them. But I'm not sitting around eating French fries. I'm not sitting around eating burgers. And that brings me to my next point. Oh, in fact, for most, I just had lunch, and I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on whole wheat bread, you know, low-calorie bread at that, 40 calories a slice. And you know, I had a pickle spear instead of chips. You know, so I'm not a big chip person unless I'm going through something and I might want to eat some. And, you know, like a peach and a boatload of water. That was my lunch. That's how I'm keeping the middle-aged monkey off my back. And then, so that brings me to the next point. Very little red meat. I don't eat steak. you know, I might have a few burgers a year, but it's not a big thing for me, and your heart will thank you, and your colon definitely. So I try to get more fats from, like, you know, walnuts, from peanut butter, you know. I eat eggs occasionally, but I eat lean meat, like, you know, I'll eat salads, and I'll put some, you know, chicken tenders or something on. I know that's kind of bad, but, or I'll do boneless, skinless chicken thigh meat, or maybe some shrimp or something, but I'm not a big meat eater. So anyway, and then number 5, I pray a lot. I spend a lot of time praying. There's so many things, you know, that bother me, like, you know, why God, why, when God, when, and, you know, and people get on my nerves, and, you know, I'm working on myself, trying to be a better person, and there could be a tendency to, like, stay awake at night, worrying about things that you can't control, but instead, I spend a lot of time praying and bugging the heck out of my Father, you know, saying, Lord, what about this? What about that? Help me, help me, help me. And then I go to sleep. So I don't lie in bed staying awake, worrying about things I can't control, you know, adding lines to my forehead and my face. I'm not a person who loses sleep over problems, because I pray and I trust God, and I ask Him to help me deal with things. I might be saying the same thing over and over again, asking for the same help, but it's better that you get your sleep. So obviously sleep is one of the things, and not chronically worrying about things that you can't control. Turn it over to someone who can. And then sunscreen. I didn't know that Black people had to use sunscreen, but we do. And I didn't learn until I had little kids. And we went to the pediatrician. The pediatrician said, oh, put sunscreen on. I said, but we're Black, and we have, you know, some built-in SPF. I heard like SPF 13, but he said that doesn't matter, you need sunscreen. So I said, all right, doggone it. And so I started using, I think, SPF 15 first, and then when Oil of Olay or Neutrogena and different moisturizing companies started making SPF 30, I've been wearing SPF 30 for years and years, and before that SPF 15, so I keep my face and my neck, because your neck will tell on you, and I put it on my hands in the morning too. So anyway, supplements. I like to take supplements to make sure that the things that I don't get from my food or my diet, I get them from, like, say, Alive vitamins, the multivitamins. It keeps me from being anemic as well. And then, let's see, also like vitamin E, flaxseed, fish oil, all sorts of really good things. And then another thing, I like to laugh a lot. I like to see the humor in life that keeps you from being, you know, really weighted down with the cares of this life. And then I avoid drama. And I try to think positive and just think that everything's going to work out instead of just being angry and mad all the time. And then number 10, I like to have regular downtime. You know, I spend a lot of time with my husband and my kids when I have a chance to do that, but I also like to just hang out with me. I like to sit on my couch and eat some pizza and watch some shows like Mary or something, and I think that helps me to decompress and not go crazy. And then finally, I've already given you the 10, but then the last thing is I don't drink or smoke, and I think that that really has you know, gone a long way in terms of helping me to look and feel my best at any age. In fact, I took one of my sons to a dermatologist once, and when Evan mentioned that I was his mother, he said, you don't drink, do you? And I said, no. And he said, you don't smoke? And I said, no. And so he said, I didn't think so. So those are all of my secrets all rolled up into one, but obviously those are like the bullet points, and there's obviously a lot more work that goes into it, but just wanted to give you the Cliff Notes version of what I am doing to keep the monkey, the middle-aged monkey, off my back, if you want to call it that. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Looking forward to sharing more tips with you in the very near future on how you too can look and feel your best at any age. Until then, have a good one, and also visit my website, www.yourbestataanyage.com. Thanks so much. Take care. And also remember to do this. Think like a queen.